Um, so are there any areas where there's still manual steps between assessment insights and tutor actions, or have you completely
For
automated
sure.
everything?
Oh no. So there's certain things that I would consider my secret weapons and probably the magic of what happens. While I utilize automation and AI in a lot of the logistics and a lot of the management and the onboarding and the data and those kind of areas, when it comes to the aspects that benefit from a human touch, such as picking the tutors to work with, I utilize no AI for to scan resumes. I look at them and know exactly who I want. But I can do that in 5 seconds, so I can do that. In terms of training the tutors, there is a lot of autonomous work, but there's still a lot of times where we come together and we have group discussions. And that's extremely powerful to have these minds and these educators that are professionals come together and share ideas. You don't get that in other ways, the same way you do when even though it's online, we're still using technology, it's just different. When it comes to matching the tutor with the student, that's me. I am the matchmaker. I can, and this comes from 2 decades of being in the field, identify what's going on with that student and know my educator so well that I can say, this tutor is the one for that kid. And I never have anybody say they want to switch tutors. I mean, it's happened in 13 years. I wouldn't say never, that's not accurate, but maybe 3 times. And a lot of it was mainly logistics, just schedules not matching up, not because they were unhappy with the tutor. And so those are definitely areas that we need a human involved. Furthermore, the tutoring itself, while my tutors utilize a lot of technology in supplementing their tutoring sessions, having this one-on-one with an actual human that the student can say, I did this, I used this tool, I tried this, and I'm still confused. Can you please help me? That is very important, not just in terms of relationship building, but also to teach them advocacy and to reflect on their own learning and evaluate their own struggles and resiliency. And there's just a lot of other areas in asking, evaluating how you've learned and asking for assistance beyond, what you can find online. They've already tried that and they need more. So there's still a lot of human components. I would say that we use technology with heart is our kind of bottom line.
Yeah, yeah, no, completely agree. I know AI is very swiftly evolving, but I think it's still at the stage where it's used, well, in some functions to augment that human experience and human uh intuition that it can't just quite match it. So for some processes, it's better for augmentation as opposed to actually replacing. But who knows? I mean, we've all watched some sci-fi movie or the other. Very, very soon, it could be very well do that. But as it stands at the moment, I've really seen it shine both in my helping people and seeing what people have done. It's knowing when to use it to replace and knowing when to use it to augment, which it sounds like what you're doing. So that's really, really great stuff. Okay, cool.
And I have two assistants who work for me, and I found a way to teach them how to do a lot of the things. But like one of the ways I determine if I can use AI is, could I teach this to someone? And I
Mm,
haven't thought, I don't know how I can teach someone what I'm looking for in a resume because it's a feeling a lot of times. I don't
mm,
know how to teach someone to know a tutor because it is a feeling a lot of times. And so that's kind of my gauge for knowing this needs a human component because there is an innate feeling that comes from a lot of it. And it not just comes from years and years of experience, but also I know in my core what I'm looking for in these organizations. And it's not always easy to put into words or teach that to someone else. So that's my indicator of nope, I still got to have the human component here.